What inspired you to write the cable?
I've been coming to South Kerry all my life, with both parents coming from Ballinskelligs. I have a deep love of the place, and I've been hearing about the cable for many, many years, but the turning point was 5 or so years ago when I began to think about it from a very human angle, and I began to imagine what it might have been like living on Valentia Island, this remote part of the southwest coast of Kerry, at a time of such incredible, I suppose, upheaval, really. I mean, this cable was going to change everything, you know. And then I began to imagine it through the eyes of a local family who would have said farewell to their own daughter 6 months prior to the beginning of where we begin the story in the play, and what that might have been like, you know, the heartache of the farewell, knowing that any day now they will go from weeks and months of waiting, desperately waiting, hoping for that letter, and then there's the promise of this contact being reduced to a matter of seconds, you know. And so that's kind of when I began to really invest in it emotionally, and from an acting and writing point of view, I just threw myself into it. And there was a few months leading up to it where I lived and breathed the cable, the history, the stories around it, and my instinct, I think, was proved right, where so many of the elements that have made their way into the play were actually reflected in the research, in the stories I've since found out about. And there's a lot of my own personal background in there as well. Some of it, some sad events in my own life, bereavements and loss, which have made their way into the story of the O'Sullivan family.